What's up there? This is Mr. Mike Kaufman, and in this video, I'm going to show you 5 tips on how to make the best of Google Classroom to help you communicate and keep yourself organized. These are not the basic how-tos. These are those advanced features and tricks and tips to really help you up your learning with Google Classroom. Let's get into it. All right, first up, let's take a look at this new feature for the 2020 school year, which is the To-Do button. And to get to it, you can either click here on your Classroom homepage or in the side menu and click on To Do. What it does is it's going to take all the assignments, upcoming and past and so forth, and let you know what's left yet to still get done. For example, I've got 4 assignments here with no due dates. This week and next week I have nothing, but then later, if I click that little arrow, I can see I've got 2 assignments coming up September 3rd and 8th. What's also nice is in the middle tab, I can see what's missing as well as what I have already done. Keeping in the Classroom main homepage is going into settings to adjust your notifications. We want you to be able to use your email, and sometimes if you've got too many emails in your inbox, it gets overcrowded and overwhelming. So what you want to do is go in there and adjust your settings to determine what you want to get emailed about and what you don't. For example, maybe you don't need anything on comments. Maybe, for example, you don't want certain types of work. You can also go in there and turn off notifications for certain classes. So again, take a look here at your settings. If you want to know more about it, up top there's a video that I did earlier that's going to go into a little more depth on what each of these settings are to help you make the right decision. Next up, I've got 3 tips here under the umbrella of communication. First up in the communication is the stream. Right? The stream is used to communicate with your class, and your teacher is going to use it to make general announcements and so forth. What you want to do is you want to be an active participant, but not an over participant. Meaning, if you have a question, go in there and ask it. Or, right, if you need something of your teacher, go in and type it in. With that said, you can also answer a question from your classmate like I did here. However, what we don't want to do is we don't want to just use it to clog it up with just hellos and those types of informal communication. Next up under communication is private versus public or class comments. So for example, if you've got a question that pertains to the entire class, like, do we need to add footnotes? You want to put that in the class comments because that's going to be helpful for both you and your classmates. However, if you've got a comment pertaining just to your work, you want to put that in private comments. That way it's just between you and the teacher. Finally, if your teacher has set up chat, this is a great place for you to have those informal conversations as well as to connect with your fellow classmates and answer questions. Again, you can just scroll down to the different threads. For example, I couldn't find the link. Here is the link. And you can post a link, you post something from Drive, some emojis, and so forth. What's also really nice is, like everything with Google, you can go in there and search. So for example, right, there's a thread about Zoom. Maybe you had a question about Classroom. There it is. Maybe a question about a link. All right, so you can use that search feature to find specific threads to help you find the answers quickly. Next up, this is a tip a little bit outside of Classroom, but that is how to properly respond to comments. So let's say your teacher has given you some feedback. For example, right here, I have 4 comma mistakes. When I am finished with it, I do not want to click resolve. Again, I do not want to click resolve because I want to be able to have a record of the teacher's comments for both myself and the teacher. So instead of clicking resolve, I could say I added the 4 commas and then click reply. All right, rewatch tutorial, fix your comment. Okay, come in here and say done, reply. Right, that way when a teacher goes back in or when I go back in to check in, I can see evidence of my learning. Last thing, in a Google Doc or Slides or any of these Google things, you want to use comments to assign work to your classmates. So if you've got a group project going, for example, your friend was supposed to do that middle paragraph, you want to go in there and you want to click the plus button, find your friend's email, say, hey, add some details to paragraph 2, terrible spelling, and then click the assign student B, click assign, and then they will get notified that they've got some work to do. That's it. Those are your 5 tips to help you with Google Classroom.